That shirt I had on was like the old ass shirt from like back in 2019. I had bought shirts and shit that I washed because I used to exercise and walk around with it. I used to walk around with I used to have like this polo like shirts on, like polo shirts that had God, if you have to go forth and wear like designer shit, then you go forth and say, "Oh, the guy wears old shit." But so what? Everybody has clothes they work out on, and they go forth and I put the fucking goddamn wooden fucking goddamn tile on, you fucking stupid bitch, you psycho. There's no David anything. David sucks dick at the end of the fucking week. He's gonna be slurping some fucking dick if you don't leave me the fuck alone. And I can't say it's him because he has a bunch of shit over his face. Fucking psychopath people, but they're saying I'm a different person. I didn't fucking tell you that shit. They go forth and tell you 50 people recording this. One guy has access to it. I don't even have access to the iPhone account anymore because I have to go forth and either email it to the one email that I have for questionnaire or somebody try to say that they want to work with somebody and go forth and talk to their email address or tell them via that or question down below saying that you want to be a part of like subscribing to somebody and then going forth and saying that you're okay but you need to start exercising more. And I had exercise, I guess I had exercise at the apartment for the 3 years, and that's good enough to be able to have the fucking YouTube channel for this service place. They fucking just showing footage of video games. I have a stack of old clothes that I don't know what to do with because I don't want to throw them out because I just figured I hadn't worn them only but like twice. But since I had wrinkled them, I had wear this on my other YouTube channel that I had since 2015, but this one I had 2003 that I just made another account because I got logged off the account and never was able to log back in. Everybody wants to be like the angry video game man, but that guy took the time out and like CGI the Christ thing and then had to fight with like Godzilla versus King Kong type shit. I understand all of his references, but I just man, I sneezed. The gunk shit in my face was because I'm going blind. Like I'm going blind because people initially make fun of you saying it's Down syndrome, and the guy doesn't know the symptoms of having blindness because the guy never went through anything in his life. He just sits there on his ass laughing hysterically. I can put all this shit in my basement and nobody will steal anything because it's too fucking heavy to lift out of a basement. And that basement has a spare room with a shower. Fucking psychopath neighbors telling you a bunch of creepy shit, man. They should have never sold. We should have knocked down the house and just kept the land and fucking just until that guy came back and we could have built something there when he died or something. Instead of selling it to some new Looney Tunes fucking people that are fucking walking past saying, "Oh, we get all your shit when your parents." They don't say things just to say that shit that gets on your nerves. You want to hit them with a baseball bat. You want to hit them over the head with it and go forth and be creepy with the person saying they're burn food and all sorts of other shit. I understand what the fuck you're trying to be creepy with the person. They can't even take something from you. As long as you have the screen door locked, go out your garage door and just tell them to go fuck themselves or fucking have the thing locked, the screen door and the other thing locked, or put a lock on the screen door. Or they should put a screen door lock to where they lock me in there so I'm not going to go out and cause any trouble, but they're causing trouble for me and it making me feel like I'm unwanted in a place where they're fucking telling me a bunch of creepy ass shit on a daily basis. An apartment wasn't all right for spending 200,000 or 200,000 or 2,000 a month at a place where they're fucking telling you crazy shit, and they kept fucking burning it down. And it's near Common Creek. They kept burning down the fucking shit, and they kept people at night telling you weird shit to everybody that was there at the apartment. Freaked out. He would get home from Union Station. His job was at Union Station or something. He would get home and he would scream at 4 in the morning until he went to bed or whatever. And I don't know what the fuck he was saying, but I wouldn't go nowhere near fucking near that shit anymore because it's fucking just crazy. You know, it's fucking half blind, had half blind surgery. They're at the apartment and ain't far from having them telling you a bunch of more creepier shit. They have 2 for $20 or 2 for $10. That's a pretty good deal. They get video games for $10 for 4 of them, but I don't know what they. Sometimes when they have the deals, like when I went to the deal at Roland Park to buy the wrestling game, I still had to pay like $50 or $60 for the game, and it wasn't $40 initially. You spend 40 on something, but if I had spent 25 on a video game that was supposedly $20, it's because the Kansas tax is higher, and I didn't understand that. When you have an email thing saying that this game it's so much now, and then you go forth and go to the store, and it's like $5 more because the sales tax on it. And Kansas is higher than Missouri. So people from Kansas live in Missouri, and they fucking tell me a bunch of crazy shit when they're getting away with telling you a bunch of creepy shit. I understand all that, but they only forfeit just because you're crippled out of telling you you're half blind and telling you fucking shit. They can't tell you half the shit because they can get jailed up for telling you creepy shit. And they come in your house, you can beat them up. They can't go forth and tell you a bunch of that shit anyway. No, they'll catch COVID. I got COVID, bitch. You ain't gonna fucking take my shit because I have the COVID. Your fingers are turning different colors. They said your feet turn colors and your skin turn colors when you have COVID. That was supposedly one of the symptoms. So this fucker wants to take my shit. They're gonna get fucking sick as fucking dog. Even though it looks clean, it fucking have like parasites in people's bodies and shit. Like going forth and like they keep sneezing or coughing. I was at the apartment. I was sicker than a dog, walking back and forth and going to appointments and shit. Had it wasn't closed. That some of the stuff was closed. Some of the stuff wasn't closed. But I had an infection that I never got resolved because of medicine. You can't keep giving you medicine if they're never gonna fix the inside of your mouth. And they keep saying, "Oh, just go to these appointments and you'll be fine." Like eventually, you're not gonna be fine. You're gonna end up fucking at a mental hospital, and they're gonna fucking tell you you're loony and that shit. And they keep telling me that shit over and over again. Eventually, you're gonna fucking cuss them out because the shit ain't right. They didn't tell me I was loony. I fucking had to spend 9 hours at a hospital and fucking had a cell phone device and somehow filmed a little bit of it and then sat there and talked my way out of whatever the fuck because they were parked on a land and they were making fun of me. Oh, you don't know who the fuck we are, but we were able to fucking park on your property, and I smashed their window in because they told me that shit was fucked up. Like going forth was like having them. If I had people park on their property and work, they couldn't go forth and do anything crazy because you could sue them now because they were parked on private land, saying the land doesn't belong to you after your parents die. They can't tell you any of that shit. Or you could sue them. You still put money into it. Going forth and here before this fucking lunatic that resembles, but he's fucking more overweight and didn't have gunk on his face. Going forth and going forth and being creepy with a person saying it's Down syndrome. And Down syndrome, you fucking moron. You don't understand the blindness. People go forth and have people saying they're Down syndrome. There's two different things. Going forth and the guy's fucking psycho. He's fucking deranged. He's fucking lunatic. He's a fucking fat Jabba the Hutt looking fucking moron. I could animate Jabba the Hutt spelling David out. I could animate that shit, but I don't want Star Wars to sue my ass. Make a bunch of Jabba the Hutt spelling David out. Able to fucking tell me a bunch of crazy shit somehow. Isn't it his fucking channel? I don't know what the fuck you had looked me up and then tell me a bunch of crazy shit. And going forth and acting irate, telling you more bunch of creepiest shit you ever want to hear in one setting. It's like a creepy uncle that nobody cared about. They try to say that shit about me, but he says more creepier fucking shit. I could do shit that nobody else could fucking do, and they go forward. Oh, you have a YouTube channel, but nobody watches it. And they go forward, have like 100,000 views on there, and all they do is talk shit about me. And they go forth. I used to have it on all those people on Twitch. They tell me a bunch of shit via all that crap. And we flipping the Twitch thing, about the Susan Guadalupe Center for fucking sending me through a job skill tradement thing and having the certificate. You can still get a job at a place that's bigger than McDonald's and that because you made it past middle school. And this asshole was like, "Oh, you're a serial killer, though. Oh, you probably serial killer people, but wasn't no serial fucking killer. My fingerprints don't match any of that serial killer shit." I could sue the fuck out of the people that Aaron Armstrong, Juno, Tammy Art Vertigo or whatever the fuck, and Joe Vertigo. I know those fucking people that hide behind those lunatics and tell you a bunch of creepy shit that I was a murderer at 4 in the morning when they fucking were having people that actually were serial killers on music labels that act like they kill off the music that they portray, music that they can't actually physically kill, but they hire somebody to go forth and kill you. That's fucking weird. That's why that shit's the stranger danger fucking music. They go forth, how the fuck this bitch can't take a house from me saying, oh, her third eye opens and she wants all your shit. They can't do that because I never raped them. I never was around them. And when I was around them, it was around parents. And all this full forth and just say that you grabbed her ass. So what if you grabbed her ass? And go forth was like not grabbing her ass, but touching her on the thing and going forth like cheek to cheek, like ass cheek to ass cheek, and then going forth and like going separate ways, like going ass cheek to ass cheek. It wasn't my hand to touch my ass that touched her ass. They're mad about it. And going forward, why the fuck are they out there at a nightclub checking their ass to people that can't do half the shit, and they go forward and hire all these people to fucking design all that shit? I don't know. I'm getting fucking angry at all. I'm laughing at that big fat guy, that Boogie 418, wherever the fuck has all that shit given to him, and then this was fucking lunatic sits there, doesn't have any real skills. I laugh at this. Stuttering Craig says get off their fat ass, but they interviewed that fat guy, and he didn't have any skills that would. You can't make banners or anything. These people just fucking give out the money to people just because they subscribe to them 1,000 times over and have like 1 billion subscribers. They can have music videos and then running hover rounds cussing at people with shit coming out like how the Scott Pilgrim versus the World where the fucking girl has emoticons out of her fuck. I could do that shit, but just like frame by I can't do like animated, but I could frame by frame it. Anybody fucking can nowadays. All the shit on this, you can put like fucking emoticons and shit. Creepy fucking bitch. Oh, how do you feel? It's on your phone devices, skills, and fucking tools and shit on there, and you go forth and edit and draw something and draw so precise and fucking turn it black and white and put lettering on. Anybody can fucking. It's on the fucking phone device. They tell you a bunch of creepy shit. They get away with telling you a bunch of creepy shit, and they go forth and be creepy with the person. They can get jailed up for making fun of a disabled guy that's more thinner than them. Fucking keep telling you a bunch of creepy shit. You want to knock them the fuck. You want to knock them the fuck out. I go to a place and go to fucking goddamn Walmart and buy like $1,000 for fucking groceries. Isn't it a fucking surprise? You go forth and buy a bunch of groceries every day of the week and don't want to spend 500 there and there just for fucking groceries, and then go forth and not go to a fast food restaurant ever again because they're gross at a fast food restaurant. They can make a hamburger in Kansas and not wash their hands after they wipe their ass and make you a fucking hamburger at Foot Rockers. I went to Foot Rockers back in 2019 going to 20. And we should have never went there. I think go forth and didn't think they were going to do anything to it, and then they didn't smell like anything. But the way they described, the way they handled the food, and the way it's like that waiting shit or that shit with that guy that plays Deadpool with the Ron Reynolds, where they fucking do disgusting shit to the food. They probably fling the food on top of the ceiling, and it comes back down, and they put it on a bunk. That's the least of worries of going to a fast food restaurant, thinking that they're mad because they have to work there and thinking that I sat there with this money, but going far from like whose business is it anyway? And they sell their butt cracks out at fast food restaurants too, and they don't want you to work there with them because they think you only got to middle school, and it's above middle school. It's beyond that. Going forth and having something as a certificate of fucking being a grant writer back then is above all those fast food restaurant workers are fucking psycho. They wouldn't be working at they'd be fucking we're sitting where I am, fucking collecting money that somehow was given to a person if it's guaranteed to somebody else, and then somebody else would go forth and be creepy with the person. Not being smart ugly, we go forth and be creepy with the person. Blindness isn't fucking Down syndrome is when you have a disorder. Blindness is just put on you, like it's like somebody covering your eyes, like blindfolding your ass, like Sandra Bullock Bird Box shit. She has a fucking pinata. When they put a pinata rag over your face and you can't hit the pinata, that's how blindness is. They go forth and be psycho with you. They can tell you a bunch of creepy. They can have girls twerking their asses off and they can do all that shit and not get jailed up, then you know there's something wrong with them because they're fucking paying the cops not to have them fucking put in the butt fuck or whatever the fuck or whatever happens to you when you're up in that shit. They probably stab my ass. If I ever gone to that shit, they probably would have stabbed my ass. I've been on the news saying this guy died in detention against stabbed. I'm not afraid of any of that shit because I used to go fucking to the Armourdale. You go to Armourdale, that's the most scariest shit. And you go to Armourdale at 4 in the fucking morning, dropping off some gay guy because my sister graduated high school. She keeps getting punked by people. And they dropped off one of her friends in Armourdale, Kansas. That's the most creepiest. Armourdale is the most creepiest fucking shit. I used to go to Paul's Drive-In at Armourdale. That's the most creepiest shit. I used to not be afraid of any of that shit until you get injured and then you understand it's not all sunshine and rainbows. But Armourdale, Kansas is the most creepiest fucking shit. I used to know people that used to live in the houses and that, and I wasn't afraid of that shit back in the day. Well, I went with the Fort Myers. I didn't want nothing to happen to my parents. Go drop this guy off is crying hysterically at our doorstep, saying, "Hey, I want to go to Armourdale because his family lives there." I was fucking the worst part of town, and I used to think that it wasn't as bad as what people were saying. And going forth and like being in Armourdale, Kansas, is scarier than being here. Paul's Drive-In wasn't that bad. It was a good food. You go forth and eat ghetto food, and they say you're ghetto for not having money, and they're saying, "Oh, you're a sex offender," and all this shit. I'm not a sex offender. I was a grant writer. I was a grant writer for high school. They make you work for a job like a normal person worked at Radio Shack back when Radio Shack was a thing. It's kind of like working at Radio Shack. The Radio Shack isn't a fucking thing anymore. And I don't think whatever the fuck I was in was a part of anything now that there is nowadays. It's different from when you're 14 going into 15. They just want you to do that shit just to do that shit. And then far from being creepy with the person's information saying you never existed, but you have all this information. They want to shred it and fucking destroy everything. They're Drax's destroyer themselves, but they're going far from people that can sue them, that understood that they took the time out and had that shit done, and I had known somebody that was a security guard. I had known that Victoria Galbolero was a security guard, that she had a better job than most people that work 9 to 5. She has to sit there and just wand people and then go forth. It's a dangerous job. But I'm not knowing if they said they'd bail my ass out, and they sure enough, I'm still here on YouTube. Now I knew people that got me where they fucking say that you don't go to the doctors. As long as you go to a doctor's appointment, you're not going to get jailed up because they have to know 48 hours in advance your address. Your address is going to be Pound Town. They're not going to just fucking put you in Pound Town so you can have call girls and shit and call them, but you didn't fuck them. And going forth to call girls on music videos to check their ass, you know they're fucking the weird ass guy. The weird ass guy is able to fucking tell you a bunch of creepy shit somehow and not get jailed up. Armourdale, Kansas is worse than fucking Pound Town. Armourdale, Kansas is scarier than Pound Town. 4 in the morning at fucking Armourdale, Kansas, back in 2009. I think it wasn't 10. And this Paul's Drive-In isn't open 24/7, but they closed Paul's Drive-In because they had problems with the people that used to have the restaurant, like our restaurant we had in the restaurant. And the guy was 65 years old. He opened a restaurant in 96 or in the 90s in 2010. They should have just kept the restaurant there and made a record label. And it's just like I would go bug them saying, "Hey, I think I'm important to be able to fucking sing some creepy shit." Like they were singing some creepy shit, and all those people sing creepy shit. I want the pink Power Ranger helmet so I can wear it and butt fuck you. It's a pink Power Ranger replica helmet. Now those Power Rangers were fucking weeaboos because they fucking don't. They back when they were like 18, 19, dressing up in spandex and didn't understand the Sabaz's fucking weird agency got American people to dress up in those weird helmets and then act like they were in the footage of blowing up monsters and shit. It's all crazy to be able to fucking edit it so well that it looks like they're the same people in the same costume in just 2 different countries. Everybody's a weeaboo, and then you go forth and eat a bunch of fish. If I ate a bunch of fish, I wouldn't have health problems. The people that eat fish are more healthier than people that don't eat fish. And I used to eat tuna a lot back when I was like 15. I think I would go and do like cans of tuna back then and eat tuna sandwiches and tuna salad, and I would exercise and work out and shit like those people that do on Twitch tell you a bunch of creepy shit. They have their ass cheeks hanging out. They fucking have their ass cheeks hanging out on Twitch, but I can't do anything ever. They fucking come back and say you're the worst person ever, and they're fucking have their ass cheeks hanging out loud. All right, look, Google Argentine armadillo. That's the most scariest shit. They go forth and do creepy shit to people. They ain't gonna do anything to us because we know people from both sides. They go forth and have to go there to eat something that tastes good, and you have to go forth and eat like one of those enchilada casserole things that you see at the store. They have that shit, but it's like loaded nachos with things on like sour cream and onions and tortas and. Man, PlayStations are still worth $174, and I don't want to sell the PlayStation because it goes forth and has all my information, and debit card goes off, and it gives me be able to play stuff on my cell phone now instead of playing the PlayStation Plus. I don't want to play PlayStation Plus anymore because of the downloading a game and then having an install game and re-download it and then having a game not play if you don't have certain ones that I downloaded at Silent Hill 2 remake, and I didn't be able to fucking play the Resident Evil light gun thing, but not the Silent Hill 2 remake. Or I had that all on a list, but I think they delisted Silent Hill video games off the PlayStation thing. Even the Silent Hill 1 on the Vita, I think they delisted it, but Resident Evil's 1 through they're on the Vita. I have all that shit, but I have my Vita synced to my PS4, so I would never sell it to anybody. Or if it gets stolen from me, they'll fucking sue them or take them. With 60,000 views assigned to something, you're signed to play a video game on Meta. If you go for Meta, is like it could be anything. You could be a fucking game designer at this point and give a game designer idea away that I gave away, but I wanted to make a fish game where like a battleship goes and like Sea of Ties or whatever the fuck Johnny Depp Caribbean type shit off one mural that I made on construction paper. I used to draw shit there at the. They promised me that, so they have to. The Meta had one of those fucking things have to bring out the red carpet and actually fucking do it without me doing the switcheroo and I have weird shit on my face and then go forth and be creepy with the person saying, "Oh, you're a fucking creeper." And shit like that, and go for the creeper than you if they have their ass cheeks hanging out. All their photos have their ass hanging out. They're fucking just have jeans with their ass hanging out. That's way worse than the shit. I'm going blind and shit, watching them fucking twerk. The replica helmet, pink helmet with display. They don't have the other helmets. They just have a pink one. Dude, those switches are still fucking high. PS5, I could buy a PS5 if I fucking just save the money. And then like, oh, they fucking took a PS5 from that creepy ass locks. And fucking still this fucking shit. It's fucking psycho. I'm gonna go nowhere near this fucking guy if his friends fucking gets happened soon over there fucking at Smart in 2015 at the Royals Gathering when they had the World Series thing. I saw shit though. My guy Evan took me. We walked 4 hours to the Royals Gathering in 2015. I saw that Danny Vasquez and Mark Teixeira, the big fat one, not the thin one, but the one that drives the right truck and not the motorcycle one. They're going forth and like having the ability of them telling you shit that we both kind of filmed it, but I didn't want to ever like if it ever comes out like I didn't know where I never know where anybody was fucking at. Like at 4 a.m, I didn't know where John Paul Garcia was going to be at. I was either at a fucking job site the next morning or exercising at the Roanoke. People that apparently I didn't even know where the guy would have fucking been at. And the Danny Vasquez, I wouldn't ever attempt having somebody like carjack a police vehicle and then murder them, wherever the fuck they're after. or they just had him at a car stop and had a car similar to a car that we had, but the back of it got bumped in and it had spray painted a different color and he didn't want to be stopped, or and they fucking ended up. How the fuck the guy knew he was gonna stop him? Like out in traffic, just at random. Guy didn't hire to kill. It wasn't a hire to kill plot. It was just stopping a guy at a traffic stop, and the guy didn't want to be stopped because he had to pay the fine and he has to pay court fees and he has to go through all that shit. And it's worse for now because he fucking murdered the fucking Vasquez dude. Fucking this did God knows what to him. I don't know what. I didn't watch any of the bling footage. I ain't gonna fucking search where they showing all on the news. I was at an apartment building during that point in time. I think it was after we moved. And we broke the fucking lease at the fucking apartment building because I don't want to pay $2,000 a month for hearing people scream and they burn shit down. Nobody would want to stay at a place where they fucking have people screaming at 4 in the morning. You can't even go to sleep hearing people scream from afar. I'd bring anybody fucking down and go forth and be creepy with the person saying, "Oh, I think you was there at the traffic stop where they're gonna frame, sprinkle meth on you." Crazy shit they sell at GameStop. They sell a bunch of creepy shit at GameStop. Fucking those weird bobbly eye, those fucking bobblehead things. Those bobblehead things ain't even worth fucking things to print on. There's fucking action figures. They all have bobbly eyes. Whatever the fuck bobbleheads. They should call them bobbleheads, but they don't bobble their head. They got Marvel, Spider-Man, No Way Home, Blazed. I think it's that costs more probably to make than they established fucking plastic that's spray painted metallic or whatever the fucking. They got a Valjean, Pyroman, Pokemon. I'd buy the War Machine at Funko Pop. That's for pie buying because it has like a fake background with it. I don't know if they have backgrounds, so I can't click on it. It has a background. Normally, they don't come with backgrounds. They just see through if they never open the package because it's better to keep the shit. I remember somebody told me you should keep the Power Ranger toys in the pack. They used to tell me that shit. Going forward, I should have kept all that shit in the packaging. But some of the shit I had like action figures for $74, but they don't have the packaging with them or whatever the fuck. They're just separated. They're like the dinosaur things off the fighting game that they Rare made back in, that dinosaur fighting game, that Rage or whatever, with the dinosaurs that shoot out magma and shit. I had action figures that were $74 a piece on eBay. No, they're saying you're poor and shit, but you can go forward and have a doll. It's worth $74. You can buy fucking Happy Meals, $10 Happy Meal with. You can buy like 3 Happy Meals with it or something. Or go to Olive Garden again and eat that if you sell the damn action figure that hasn't been shoved up my ass. No, I know is just go forward, ever buy used action figures. You don't know where the fuck the shit's been at. Anyway, that shit, I don't think nobody wants it because I had in my underwear. I had fucking a bunch of the action figures I had in my underwear drawer. I just did that shit on purpose. This is they ever go, ew, they pick it up, go, ew, ew. I would just put the whole bin of action figures in the bathtub and take a bath with it. I'm not gonna sell bath water or anything. That shit's just fucking weird. When they sell bath water, they're fucking bathing it.